They're leading the championship, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be close, isn't it?
Yeah.
The number 2 car is suddenly looking like a genuine contender for the race win here, isn't he?
I'll tell you what, championship's on the cards here. I'm feeling very confident that we can have a really strong result in terms of the bigger picture, which is the championship. It'll be more tricky because it's not really in our hands.
The situation we find ourselves in is with an outside chance. So ultimately, the guys have nothing to lose. They've just got to go for it, really.
We're currently 4th in the championship, one of 4 contenders. We've really got to go and win the race, which is obviously our intention anyway, and then hope that some issues and problems happen to the cars behind us.
Silverstone is a great circuit. It's very different to most other circuits in the UK because it's fast, it's flowing, it's an F1 track. You've really got to get used to that weight transfer with the car here, but there's also some slow speed sections which makes overtaking pretty easy. It's definitely the biggest track we're going to all year. It's the fastest track we've been to all year. It's definitely the track I've got the most experience on virtually. You know, there's a lot of competition here. There's 20 cars and a lot of guys that have been racing in Europe. I think these guys really do well under pressure, whereas some of the AMs probably won't, the guys that are fighting for the championship. So we're going to see a lot of action this weekend. Anything can happen, and hopefully, you know, there is that chance we could win the whole thing. It looks like you brake early there, but then you carry speed, I guess. And here, that's good, because I tried going wider, it just doesn't work, does it? It's just like a game. In a sister car, we're going to have Chris Buncombe and Jensen Button teaming up in the Pro-Am category. Having Jensen across the other side of the garage, it's, you know, a dream come true, obviously.
Would you mind having a look, just that corner?
Me and Michael will actually be helping him because he's not driven the car at all. We've been driving it for the last 3 months. You need to go and look at the discs. They're grabbing the whole time. So when you hit the brake pedal, but you didn't get any bite, and it'll go through the brake, and the brake pedal will be bouncing around. It's been really helpful, and I've never driven with ABS. I've never driven a GT car. You know, it's good for us to come and say, right, this is happening. Is that normal? Is that happening with you guys? And either yes, that's just the way the car is, or no, that's different. And then you need to look in the data and see why. It just feels like whatever I do in that corner, the rear just doesn't want to stay planted. Yeah. It's just 7 gear, mate. I tried that. Did you? I mean, Jensen's been a vital part of this season virtually because we've been having Zoom debriefs with him all year long after every round. He's watched footage of me and Michael. There's plenty of specific things he's helped with, and now it's great to meet him in the flesh and talk things through with him. Lap 1's not far off, lap 2's probably the one. Lap 3 is definitely...
That's the problem with if you want to do all 3 laps, you've got to judge the gap to the GTC cars.
The important thing is when you have young talent that they listen and they're willing to learn. It's all about learning in motorsport. And for me, you know, my racing through my career, I raced for so long in Formula 1 because I loved it, because I could learn. There's always something new. There's new regulations. There's something else. There's traction control this year. Then this year there's KERS, and this year there's DRS. There's always something new to learn, and that's key. And I was willing to learn. And that's what these guys are very good at. They're willing to learn and want to improve and see themselves move closer to the front and fight for this championship.
How's it feel then? Last one. You're a seasoned pro now.
Emotional, isn't it?
Here, there's a lot more cars than there's been at the others, isn't there? So if you make a mistake and qualifying goes badly, the punishment's much higher, isn't it? If you know?
Yeah. It's dry, so lap 2, push. If I first half up, back off. Yeah. Go again.
The goal is pole. So it's simple as that, really. We need to win the race tomorrow to even think about winning the championship. So to do that, we need to be on pole or front row. Last time in quali in the car. So yeah, my last chance to really fully send it.
Hey mate, good job. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Yeah, he just didn't set purple sector 2. He was 10th off in the first sector. So good start so far.
James Baldwin, 2nd place at the moment, half a second off pole.
The problem is because it's a 2-minute lap, and obviously your outlap is going to be obviously longer. With only a 10-minute session, your opportunities to do fast laps, have a slow lap and go again are pretty slim. We're already down to 4 minutes 20 seconds left.
Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah. Come on, baby.
Can this be a provisional pole position time? No, not quite, but James Baldwin will consolidate second place in this session, only a quarter of a second off the top.
Final lap, you did two of your personal bests, plus a purple, and then obviously a compromise fourth, so
Yeah.
it's all right, it wasn't too bad.
We ended up fourth in qualifying overall, so no, it's not the end of the world. It's just, I don't know, I had quite high hopes for that.
Oh. I was like, you know, we can get the overall fastest time today. Like, had a key.
I actually thought that.
And we're miles off.
P4
That's not too bad.
so it's not too bad.
What's top three? Lambos or Lambos? Or
Merc.
Lambo, Merc, us.
We'll lead McLaren, which is good, but we're just not, compared to the Lambo and the Merc, we're not there, so it's a bit weird. I thought we'd be quick at this track. Tomorrow's when it counts, and we're P4, so it's not too bad, but yeah.
The 4 contenders are all in the top 5, so
Something to protect, haven't they? Whereas you guys have just got to attack.
exactly, yeah, keep
Best
it clean. But
defence.
yeah,
I was thinking, be right up Loggy for the start, right? So I'm the outside for turn 1. I know it's instinctive, but I'm just thinking
Yeah,
if
I
you snarls
think
my head.
you could have to play turn 1 however it turns out, because however many times you run it through your mind now, what happens when you get there will be something entirely different.
So if there's a safety car in the first, is it 8 minutes?
First 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
It's got to be about 10 minutes before we can box, really.
So if there's a safety car in the 11th minute, we box.
Yeah. Only box when we say.
Yeah. Apart from that, I think,
just see how the race plays out, I suppose. It's the biggest thing, isn't it?
yeah.
I feel like I need to pump myself up and be aggressive for that start, because we need to win. So slightly different mentality to the other races, because before it's been like a bit more calm and just slot in and figure out afterwards. But yeah, we really need to win today. I've got 2 stints in the car because it's an endurance race. I think the endurance format suits our package quite well, because me and Michael are very close, very similar.
Generally, the longer the races have been, the more our consistency and pace comes into play.
James is actually quite good at dealing with pressure. You know, whether he leads from the front at the start of a race or whether he's, tracking somebody else. I'm confident that he can deal with the fact that we are the underdog and we've nothing to lose.
Pit lane opens in 10 minutes. So,
Starting ahead of Jensen Button and Chris Buncombe. They're quite far back, P19. I'd love it if we were wheel to wheel with them, that'd be really cool. But hopefully we're out in the lead and untroubled.
Follow the quick cars, not the slow ones. When you come up behind a GT4, don't think you're racing them.
We're out there to have some fun and we want to get a result, but more importantly, we want the 2-car to have a good race. For James at the start, it's just got to keep it clean. You know, I think the 2 guys are going to feel the pressure, so yeah, let's see how it goes.
Green flag lap then underway. The ground starts to shake and rumble here at the Silverstone Grand Prix circuit.
Championships up for grabs. Last race of the season. We've had 12 hours of the championship. 3 more to go. They blast away on the inside line down towards Cops Corner. It's going to be Rob Collard who breaks the later. He will grab the race lead ahead of Ian Loggy. Up into 3rd place goes James Baldwin. The cars now blast their way up towards Beckett, and a really good move by Baldwin to go 2nd.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, well, what a start from James Baldwin. Full attack mode here. Notice Chris Buncombe's gained a few spots as well in the sister car to the back of the grid. It's Collard that leads. Baldwin on the attack. Looks for the inside at Stowe Corner. Couldn't quite make it work.
James made a cracking start. He got up from P4 into 2nd.
2 have gone into the gravel already. Look, one is the Parker Porsche, the other is 26 Mike Brown's Aston Martin.
There's 2 of the GTCs have just parked it in the gravel, so potential for a safety car now.
Oh dear, there's more drive. That's the Parker Mercedes, isn't it? The Nick Jones, Scott Mulvin car.
The race director's got a big call here to make, and I'm surprised we haven't been given safety car just yet. So as a driver, you'll be told by the team what we've just seen on the TV footage, but you need to keep pushing until you see yellows. It looks like Collard is banking on that, and that is
safety car.
That is the call of the race already. Both Barwell cars.
safety car, stay out. Yeah, we've sort of lost the advantage of the safety car now. Yeah, you did a good job at the start there, mate. Let's try and build some brakes up now.
So what all this now is going to do is put James Baldwin into the lead of the race.
Quite a few gone into the pits, the leader's gone into the pits, so we've inherited the lead at the moment, but see how long the safety car is going to be.
We need to get to 10 minutes because of the driver time.
Oh, okay.
Box this lap, driver change.
Right, you're about to see Jensen Button make his British GT race debut. He's taken over from Chris Buncombe as these stops cycle through. Away goes number 2, the James Baldwin Michael O'Brien car. Michael, a race winner at Goodwood a couple of weeks back. And away goes Jensen Button then down the pit road.
Right then, safety car in.
He looked strong off the start. You couldn't do any more than what he did, so it's fine. I think it's fine.
Yeah,
choice of when to pit is obviously you've got to manage your driving time and your fuel strategy. So
I think we had to pit. We didn't pit. We'd had a lovely start or whatever out front, but we would have lost so much in the pit stop there.
See how it goes anyway. I mean, obviously, a few came in the lap before. A lot came in on the same lap as we did. So see how it goes.
I wish it carried on really, because I thought the car was coming to me and I might be able to get the lead and build a gap, but the safety car came out. So at the moment we are 16th, but we're not. In the long run we're not. So yeah, it's, as long as we're first at the end of the 3 hours, it's all that matters.
Michael O'Brien's car dives through on the inside line, moves up past number 19. That's got Rob Bell at the wheel of it.
How's Jensen Button getting on? Well, he's 13th. He just gained another place as well after Johnny Adams pitted, of course.
Really struggling with the downshift with rear locking. I've gone forward on the brake bias, but doesn't seem to be helping. Okay, Jensen, try increasing ABS. It will help with the weight transfer under braking.
Yeah, James about to get back in for the second time. Obviously, it's only a short run last time. We're still in the mix of the top 10. We've got to try and make some progress in the next stint.
Box, 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 box.
And there is the sister car for Jenson Team Rocket RJN. So James Baldwin started, Michael O'Brien has done the lion's share, James Baldwin gets back on board.
Pace was good at the end, but I kept getting EBC blocks, which was like cutting the power, and so it was like I was just bogging out of all the corners. It was good and bad. Like from a personal point of view, I'm very pleased with it. I got past lots of the factory guys in the traffic at the start and gave it a good go, but still all to play for. An hour and 45 minutes to go now.
Okay, mate, your times are really, really good. Only one in the 2 minute flat. Keep doing this job, mate. Good job.
I've got a good first memory of coming to Silverstone. It was in 2005. I was 8 years old and I watched Juan Pablo Montoya win in the McLaren. At the time he was my favourite driver and I was able to watch him win, which is really good. And then he gave me the WFG2 trophy. So it's quite a nice synergy.
James, well done. Well done.
Thank you.
Well done. You deserve it.
Giving me the trophy, like what?
You deserve it.
World's Fastest Game had prepared me very well because it was really tough. They were the best sim drivers in the world, and the Final Four especially, were operating at such a high level. To try and beat them across the simulator, the real car, was really tough. I mean, World's Fastest Game are without a doubt the best thing I've ever achieved in my career.
There's a gap on the inside, the Mercedes is late on the brakes. Adam Ballon turns in and there's contact between the two. And Adam Ballon has gone around the 72 car.
Oh, I knew that was going to happen.
I think he'll get a penalty for that.
Well, there's no major damage done, but he's certainly going to lose a few places. James Baldwin has gone through as well. The Barwell team in general can't believe what they're seeing because Adam Ballon has rotated the car as he tried to get going once again.
Don't for the moment rule out McLaren number 2 of certainly gaining ground before the end.
And remember we said if they win the race, they can win the championship, but they need others to have problems. Well, the 72 car's just been pointing the wrong way after contact from the 69, which could lead to a penalty. So they've just got to see off the 78 car now, win the race, and they could win the championship.
Slick little move, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They're leading the championship, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys ever taken them?
Yeah, James is quick, and we've known that from day one, really. You know, from the first race, he was on the pace, and he stayed there. The thing that's impressed me probably the most is through the season, the difference with his racecraft. You know, the first few races, he's not had to race anyone. He's been out in the lead his stint. He's not really been driving against any other cars.
I would say this is probably his
is actually his best race this year.
So into the 5th place then goes James Baldwin. He is 12 seconds behind Lewis Proctor. The 38 Aston Martin getting on the grass and having a big spin. How on earth did it miss the cars around it? I mean, you couldn't thread the eye of the needle like that if you tried.
Your pace is good, mate. Your pace is good. About 1.5 seconds faster than the leader at the moment.
He's just done his fastest lap of the race, so car's looking good. We're obviously managing the problems that we've got well.
James Baldwin, winner of the opening race of the season, he's right there behind in 5th place then now, so it's another McLaren getting stronger and stronger and stronger. Baldwin is looking for a way onto terms with both of them.
Yeah, and that number 2 car is another that does not have a success penalty to serve, so in theory they should only keep going forwards in this race rather than backwards.
Hey mate, box now.
Baldwin bails for the pit lane with a sensible strategy. I think he'd done all the hard work to catch them in clean air. As soon as he started to get held up, they brought him in, and Micheal O'Brien will now go to the end.
We're watching Brendan Reed, who is a bit stuck here, and he's running out of ideas, and he's running out of road, and he's all over the grass, and he's lost it, and he's heading for something rather solid. If he's not careful, he just about avoids the barrier. It has quickly unravelled for Brendan Reed. That will cost him a lot of time, possibly a place or two come the end.
That's obviously good for us because he's got a pit stop to go, and he was one that was in front of you just as you pitted. So
at the moment, Ollie Wilkinson, of course, a lap behind after his pit stop, but clearly quicker than Ian Logie. Fresh tyres as well after the pit stop. This should be a fairly easy pass. He doesn't want to get tangled up with the Mercedes, though, whilst they're not actually debating position. And he does, and there's contact going through Aintree, and around goes Wilkinson. Well, you could kind of see that coming.
Okay, mate, no need to take any risks with Logie. He still needs to box.
Unless something goes wrong here, they've got it in the bag.
Yeah. Agreed.
Is it bad to wish bad luck?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So 77 McLaren has jumped ahead on the pit stops.
Yes, but look, this is what I was wondering. The number 2 car jumped ahead of both of them.
Indeed.
So O'Brien has cleared the pair of them. He is suddenly looking like a genuine contender for the race win here, isn't he?
It's going to be close, isn't it?
Yeah, but we're already at Luffield, aren't we? Yeah.
Well, here comes O'Brien. This is it then for the race lead. And can the McLaren sweep through? The Lamborghini, I think, was quite a long way down the pit lane. Where is the Lamborghini? It's very close indeed. Micheal O'Brien's only going to be a second or so behind.
So close.
He's already got his tyres up to the optimal temperature and pressure, and he is going to go max attack now, Joe, to try and get past that 78 car. And he knows he's got nothing to lose at this point. He's just got to go for it.
If we went in front of them, it's quite hard to overtake in GT, so we might have stayed in front and we might still get the win, you never know. But yeah, out of nowhere, I didn't think we'd be that close to the lead. I'll tell you what, if he knocks him round, the championship's on the cards here. And if Collard and Mitchell have an issue, Tijala and Keane are nowhere, so we would win the race. It's still to play for.
Sandy Micheal is now 2 seconds up on Micheal O'Brien, who's just had to clear that whole traffic jam of GT4 and GT Cup cars, which he has now done, admittedly.
Tell you what, that was a good effort, that. The night is clean, isn't it?
There is Jensen Button then at the wheel on what is a 14th placed car. Okay, might not be the result he wanted, but it's been great to have him on the grid. It's been great that he has come to British GT.
5 minutes to go. It's a bit close. We're getting closed down for second place, so touch and go in these last 2 laps.
Absolutely brilliant. We see a battle now. That is for position. That's Button on O'Brien. That's a switch. That's been looking like it's going to get dicey. But I'm surprised that move's happened so quickly. So is that traffic aided? Has Mikey been maybe hurt by a bit of traffic slowing him up? But that's going to be for that second place position.
Just stay cool, mate. Just bring it home in third so we get the big points. Last lap. The last lap.
3 hours of Silverstone is going to go the way of Baldwin Motorsport, of Lamborghini. The checker flag is at the ready. A race win and a championship win for Sandy Micheal and for Rob Collard as the car comes across the line to win. Micheal O'Brien takes third.
Well driven, Michael. Well done, mate. Well done. Thank you to the whole team for such an amazing year. Good to finish it with another podium. Okay, Jensen, checker flag. That's P14 overall. Congrats to the 2 car. Fantastic job. It's been an interesting but fun weekend, and thank you for all your work. Good job, everyone.
We did everything we could. We didn't win the race, actually saying that, so we didn't do everything we could, but we could have won the race. A few things didn't fall in our favour. I think we kept 4th in the champs, just missed out on 3rd. That's a bit disappointing, but yeah, we've ended the year strong.
When I personally found out that James was going to be racing one of our cars, yeah, you're a little bit apprehensive when someone hasn't actually raced in reality. But I also did do a lot of gaming this winter because of COVID and what have you, and you see the talent out there from gamers. He's still got a lot to learn, but his pace is definitely there, and his racecraft is as well, which is the one thing that had probably surprised me more over the last few races than his actual speed.
Well driven, you did a bloody good stint, you really did. Of course, it can easily go wrong. You can have an accident. I mean, there are cars all over the place, you know, all season, crashing out, spinning off. You've done none of that. They've kept it really neat and tidy, scored the points. I don't think we could have asked for a great deal more, really, from 2 young drivers, first year in GT3. He just absolutely improves from race to race. His approach to other things like traffic, keeping calm, all the things which are very hard to learn, he's improved with it.
From where he started to where he is now, and his knowledge base is a huge change. And then obviously combine that with the fact that now he's a race winner. He's been on the podium. If you take James from round 1 to James now, it's a huge difference.
Main goal, now I've had this opportunity, is to go on and be one of the best in the real world. But at the same time, compete in esports, you know, I don't think anyone's done that. It'd be nice to progress, go up the ladder. So my target would be to race in Europe, GT World Challenge, but we'll see. And obviously, if I was to do that, I'd love to do it with these boys, because they're great.